This is CEA.
So this year at CEA, I had the privilege of working with 68-year-old boys. And with doing that, I wanted to expose them to different things that they may not have learned in school outside of more of the academic things. So what I decided to do was focus on men of influence, particularly black men of influence that have had an effect on us throughout history. So we talked about people from Muhammad Ali to Benjamin Banneker to Lewis Latimer to Tupac Shakur to Myron Rowe, Bobby Seale, to Tuskegee Airmen, just to name a few. And not only did we speak on those, we did lessons around those. So with the Tuskegee Airmen, they learned about how planes fly, and they actually did airplane races and seen which ones fly the best. We actually wrote rhymes when we talked about Tupac, and it surprised me they were pretty good at rapping, even at 6 and 7 years old. They learned about what reading the stars were with astrology and astronomy and how that works with clocks and who was the first person to build a clock. And we even tried to build watches out of paper when we talked about Benjamin Banneker. So it was a great way to get them to be active and learning their history. So what I did was I wanted to finish out with something that I thought that they could take outside these walls, or at least get them to thinking outside of our walls. So we finished up speaking about Imhotep in the year. And I chose Imhotep because he was a multi-dimensional genius. He was an architect, he was a scribe, he was an astrologist, he was a mathematician, so on and so forth. And a lot of our kids here have many different talents, and I don't know if they were sure at the beginning of the year how they could use those talents, or if you only had to be good at one thing. And so I thought Imhotep was a good example of somebody who was good at many different things, and letting them know that you can be too. Also focused on him because he did architecture. And architecture allowed our kids to be very hands-on. They were allowed to build with that. They were allowed to make drawings and blueprints. They had to work in teams. They had speakers, people who had to deliver the things that they were talking about in their buildings, in their structures. And I thought that was a great way to encompass the story of Imhotep along with their physical learning with the hands. And so what we did to transition that is I gave them a proposition about an issue in Pittsburgh that happens in the future, just to get them to thinking that they can have an impact down the road in their own communities.
It is 15 years in the future. The year is 2030, and there are too many people living in Pittsburgh for everyone to have a home. We need to build something that allows people to have a place to live without taking up too much space within the city. I'm done. That's what we did. We did this for Imhotep. Imhotep is this the greatest. This is what me, Tyrell, and Devin, and Quentin did. Other people around the world. This is what we did. Imhotep was the great. He was the greatest person that invented the step pyramid. And it's like architect. He was a genius. He was right hand to the king. Right hand man to the king.
All right, now Devin, do you want to explain to them what this is right here?
There's a swimming pool, toilet, living room, a thing for babies, two toilets, and then there's this is like Krusty Krab where people can eat. And here's a ladder you jump on, climb the ladder, go up here, climb this ladder, and keep going. And this right here, it's like a little door for homeless people. And this is a pool, because this is like a house and an entrance.
How do they walk in? Where's the entrance?
Right, the entrance is right here.
Okay.
They come, walk in, sit down, go to the bathroom, go to Jaguar, sit up here for explore.
As you can see, they really enjoyed themselves as far as the learning and the building goes. It looked all together at the end, but it took a while to get there. It took them a while to focus. But when they got it, they were able to build structures and have imaginations and ideas for what they want to see in their neighborhoods that I didn't think they would have at their age. It was a great learning experience, and at the end, they had something they wanted to tell me.